Welcome back everybody, it's your boy Mark. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to remove, locate, and replace your sway bar end links. Those are the ones that go in the rear. In this vehicle, the Hyundai Sonata 2006 to 2010, this car's sway bar links, last time I removed it was pretty much when it had about 60,000 miles. This vehicle now has about 176,000 miles, and it's that time to remove them. You can always know when your sway bar links are bad or going bad is when you can touch them and feel them and they're rotating just slightly. And then later on, as it progresses, it gets worse. You start hearing this rattling noise coming from the rear. You can always defer from your springs to your sway bar links. You always check them out. If you want to know what the sound is, you can always have your car parked, apply pressure to the trunk, and forcefully press the trunk down, and you might hear some squeaking. That could be your lowering springs. That could be your springs. In my case, I do have lowering springs, so that might be the case, but I already double checked and it's my sway bar links because I was able to move them. They're not supposed to move like that. Thing that I forgot to mention that you must do if you're working on your sway bar links on the rear or the front, you have to make sure that both wheels, if you're working on the back wheels, both wheels have to be up. You cannot jack up one side of the wheel and start working on it. You can, but you're gonna have a hard time doing it just because the bar is not straight, your sway bar. You're gonna have to make sure that both wheels are settled at the same height, same level, just to make it a lot easier for you to remove each sway bar link. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead, the first thing we're gonna do is just loosen the bolts on your wheels. Then we're gonna jack up the car. Then we're gonna remove all the bolts and remove the wheel once the car is secure on a jack stand. And then we'll work from there. All right, so we're down to the last bolt. Once I remove the last one, I'm gonna take out this wheel with both hands, move it to the side, and then we're gonna work with the sway bar, rear sway bar link. Okay, and now the fun part. Here is the sway bar link. What we're gonna do is we're going to use WD-40, and we're gonna go ahead and lubricate this area right here, this knot, and the one right behind it, this one right here. So let's start doing that now. All right, so there we go. Give it a few minutes to let the lubrication settle in. That one and the one, as you see there. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a 14mm socket or 14mm wrench, and we're gonna go ahead and remove that bolt you see there. Take your 14mm wrench or socket, and then you're gonna go ahead and apply pressure towards your left. And you're gonna keep on doing this until that bolt is loose and you're able to remove it. And then you're gonna go do the same thing to the bottom one, except that you won't be pushing to your left, you'll be pushing to your right, okay? There we go. Now let's go ahead and remove the one at the bottom. Now remember, for this bolt, you won't be applying pressure down or left. You're gonna be applying pressure to the right. You're gonna pull this up. All right, once you got that bolt loose, go ahead, remove it. Once you got both bolts removed, let's go ahead and take these bad boy out. Okay. All right, what we're gonna do is just what I did is I took a wrench and I applied pressure right here, and I just kept pushing it forward. I kept hitting it back from right here, and I was able to loosen this one. And by doing so, once you loosen this one, the one at the bottom as well can come out easily. There we go. Yeah, too loose. This is that cluttering, clunky noise that you hear. All right, so let's go ahead. Actually, let me take it. And go ahead and put the new one in. As I'm looking at these, this bolt right here is not a 14 millimeter. This is a 17 millimeter. So keep that in mind. You might need a 17 millimeter socket to remove this bolt, or not to remove it, but to tighten it. So let's go ahead and put this bad boy in. I'm gonna have to, I believe it, yeah, I'm gonna need both hands. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm putting this, the bottom side in first. And then as you can obviously see that this rod won't go in. So what I'm gonna do is put this one in, the one at the bottom, and then I'm gonna apply pressure right here at this bar, and I'm gonna apply pressure going down. Once I put enough pressure, I'm gonna have space to put this bad boy inside that hole. All right, as you can see, I'm almost there. All right, just enough, I just gotta apply a little bit more pressure down right here. Take your hand and just keep pushing down, so then you have enough space to feed it in there. I'm almost there. All right, I'm almost there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the 17 millimeter bolt that came with the sway bar link. I'm going to place it here, firmly and gently tighten it, not too hard. See, it goes here. And then I'm just gonna take my 14 millimeter wrench and apply pressure slowly on top, and then work at the bottom, again on top, and then work way at the bottom until I know I have it tightened and doesn't wobble anymore. There we go. Now let's go ahead, in order to tighten it, take your 17 millimeter wrench or socket, and then once you have it connected, you apply pressure down. Now you apply pressure down for this one. For this one, you apply pressure going up, right. All right. Again, it's 17 millimeter wrench. That's the old one. The new one's already in, and you're good to go. Again, just do everything in reverse order. Once you're done tightening your bolts, go ahead and put your wheel back in.